What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day and another very solid day on the VIP, you guys. We cash another 4-man entry right here for an 8.5x. Always amazing to see on those days. If you guys do not know, this was the day before. We hit like 14, 15 units yesterday when I showed that in that video. This was the day before that. So cash another multiple of 4-mans here and a lot of 2-mans, as you guys see on the screen from a couple of days ago now. And then this right here was also, I believe, back on like Friday. Okay, so on a really solid streak over the past 4 or 5 days, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, this is, every single day in a row right here we've been cashing on the VIP. So I told you guys we are very hot on the VIP right now. You guys got to get in. And another part of that too is there is a method right now on PrizePicks that is a huge moneymaker, okay, with League of Legends 4-man entries. Okay, it is something that I do not believe is going to last very long. And I do want to say, so we did cash this. We do have a setup going into today, which is always amazing to see. We have a game at noon, I believe it's happening, where we have a setup going into today. This is actually part of that kind of strategy that I'm talking about that might get nerfed soon, where I'm taking a guy to go over and 2 guys to go under on one team. And then down here, I'm taking something like a assist and kill total to go over together. So if you guys don't know how League of Legends betting works or how League of Legends works, and why I bet it so much is because it is very correlated, and you can also find very off lines, if that makes sense. So for example, right here in League of Legends, I took the unders together, and these guys go under together because they don't have a very good game, right? So it's really dependent on if these League of Legends teams are doing good in the game or not. So I take the unders, these guys go under together. I take the overs down here, for example. These guys have a very solid game, and these guys go way over together, right? So even right here, you guys can see we missed an entry, and I take the unders, and these guys go way over together because they actually do end up having a way better game than I think that they do. Also, keep in mind this NIP team, that's going to come back in today's video, and we're actually going to bet on them now to go over, okay? Because they always honestly exceed my expectations, but I'll get into that when I actually get into the play of the day. This was a very close miss. This one, honestly, I messed up, you guys. I should have took this guy over. I meant to take these 2 guys to go under and this guy over. As you guys can see, some of these things where I'm going the method here, I'm going guys to go under together and then 1 guy to go over on the opposite team. I meant to take this guy over. I was rushing. I'm sorry about that. This should have been another 4x for us, but it does happen. Honestly, I never really mess up entries, maybe like once a month. So this is my little my little do-over right there. But yeah, really tough that I did that. Obviously, that's my fault, but it's no big deal, you guys. There's going to be hundreds of entries this month that we'll be able to do. And then this one right here actually was from a couple of days ago, that MMA discount. We had to wait till last night for Castle to go under. Very easily cashes his under, and this I actually sent out completely free to my Twitter and my free winnable, and of course my VIP members. Okay, so if you guys do not know, we are up about 25 units so far this month in May. We're about 11-12 days in, whatever that is. I'm just going to call it a third of the way through the month. So obviously, if you do 25 times 3, because we're a third of the way through, we're on track for a 70 to 75 unit month if we can keep up this pace, which that's not even our best month ever. Our best month ever was somewhere like a February or even November of last year, where we went up 90 plus units in a month. If you guys don't know what a unit is, it's pretty much how you can track it through it. If you're putting $10 on a bet, that means you're a 10 unit better. If you put $25 on every unit, that means you're a $25 better. So there's some helpful things here. So far this year, we're up 138 units so far. So again, if you're a $10 better, you'd be up close to $1,400. $25 better, you'd be up close to $3,500, and a $10 better, close to 14 grand, you guys. So very insane performance in 2025. And I'm telling you guys, I've said this in the past, 2025 so far, the first 5 months, 4.5 months, wherever you want to say, we honestly had some of the most unluckiest months that we've ever had. April was a super unlucky month, our first losing month ever. So we're not even close to the potential of what we can do. 2024, we went up 500 to 600 units in 2024 alone. Not even to mention this year, we haven't even got into our huge moneymaker like college football or something like that. But obviously, using esports and stuff like that is still very profitable, and that is why I bet it. And that is why, for example, in February, I believe there was 1 NFL game in all of February. That was the Super Bowl. We still go up 95 units betting on esports, like I'm going to actually show you guys in today's video. So before I get into the pick, I do want to tell you guys to get my VIP completely free. This is the best method to do so. All you guys have to do is text me the word Bovada to my number right here on the screen, and I'll get you guys in for 2 free months of the VIP. I get these questions a lot about like what this, how to actually do this. All you guys have to do is text me the word, and I will send you guys a text that pretty much has like 3 steps steps on it, right? It takes 5 minutes maximum, 5-10 minutes. All you guys have to do is put some money into Bovada, take a $1 entry, send me a screenshot of that $1 entry, and then I'll get you guys the 2 free months free of my VIP via code. It'll be 60 days free of my VIP, completely charge free. And after that, hopefully you guys can make money in that 60 days. And then if you've already done Bovada, if you've already done things in the past, I actually have another app that I'm promoting today. Only you will get 2 free months of the VIP. Okay, so tomorrow this is going to go to just 1 free month of the VIP. So if you do not have PRIZEPICKS, this is another app that I just started promoting. I really like this app. I honestly use this app a lot to just take normal straight bets. I don't really send these out to the VIP. I just kind of take them when I want to take a money line or a spread or something like that. I think they have the best odds because it's actually a sportsbook exchange. So you guys can kind of look up what that means. You're pretty much playing against other people. You guys can see you're playing the market, not the house. That's kind of their main thing there. But what that means is that there's a lot more states available, right, than just a traditional sports book, because you're pretty much playing a peer-to-peer contest. So if you know what that means, you know what that means. I'm sure you guys can kind of look that up and do your own research, but there's a lot of states available for PRIZEPICKS. So I always talk about my Arizona people, my Pennsylvania people. You guys always are looking for apps to sign up for because there's a lot of strict regulations in those different states. And you can actually sign up for PRIZEPICKS if you're on there. So again, all you have to do is text me the word profit right here if you guys want to sign up for PRIZEPICKS. If you guys want to sign up for Bovada, just text me the word Bovada, okay? Again, this PRIZEPICKS promo will be 2 months free today only. So it's going to end tomorrow and it'll just be 1 month free after that. So still great, but the 2 months free will end after tomorrow, okay? All right, so let's get into the actual entry of the day. I'm going to start with solo kill, and then we obviously have Jimmy Butler to go over 6.5 rebounds. Solo kill over 6 assists is an insanely good play, you guys. This is one of those plays, you know, ever so often, I always love the League of Legends plays. I always think they're the best plays on the board. I actually made a standalone video about a week ago about why I love League of Legends betting and why I love these League of Legends entries. But every so often, maybe like once a week, twice a week, I always find a line that is so off. I'm like, what are they doing here? This line should be more like 8.5, okay? And if you can get something at 6 and a line should be 8.5, again, think about this in NBA terms. If you took someone over 6 rebounds and you think, based on averages, based on everything you're looking at, that this should be 8, that the rebound line should be 8.5, everyone would be taking that line, okay, in the NBA. So you can find lines like this all the time in League of Legends. Now, why is this such a good line, okay? Solo kill averages 6.77 assists per game, okay? And he is playing 2 games. So he's not just playing 1 game, he's playing 2 games. So 6.77 assists per game, that puts him at 13.55 is what he averages, not just in wins, not just in losses. That is what he is averaging every single game, more than 6 assists every single game, and that is his line for 2 games, okay? In losses, so if you just look in losses, now I'll be fully transparent, or it's not really transparent, you guys can look this up, this is available, you know, on odds and stuff like that. NIP is favored to lose this game, okay? NIP is favored to lose versus BLG. They're about even odds if they're going to go 2-0 or if they're going to lose every single game, or if they go 1-1. Now, I don't really mind that because if you look at the assists per loss, so if you look at the games that he loses, he still averages 4.5 assists per loss, which puts him at 9, okay? So even if you were to say, I guarantee that NIP loses both of these games, I would still take this entry right here because he is still averaging 3 assists per game more per loss, okay? He can easily hit this in just 1 game alone. He can get 6, 7, 8 assists in 1 game alone, and it could still, he could lose and he could do that. I do always say, you know, I try to kind of take my emotions out of it and kind of my thoughts out of it. I try to be a lot more by the numbers, but I constantly watch this NIP team. They constantly overperform. They always set these guys' lines too low, and they honestly are like a top 5 team. And they always set these guys' lines too low, and they always surprise people by beating teams that should win, and they're just a really strong team. And I don't know why these apps constantly set their lines so low. Okay, if you guys don't know, maybe like 6 months ago, they were one of the best teams in the world, and then they kind of had a major fall off, but they still have that core value of people that can really perform in these big games. Okay, so solo kill over 6 kills. Hopefully, you guys take that. I would take this all the way up to 7. So I'm like almost certainly that this is going to bump to 6.5 or more. That is still an absolute smash take right there. Take it all the way to 7, maybe even 7.5, you guys. All right, let's talk about Jimmy Butler over 6.5 rebounds and why I like this line so much. So I actually took this line just a couple of nights ago, I believe 2 nights ago, the last game that they played. He ends up getting 7. I actually saw in some books that they put him at 8. So I think he got between 7 or 8 rebounds. I don't know what the confusion was, but I saw that he actually got 8 on some things there. But again, you know, I talked about about this a couple games ago, so we don't really have to go over it again, but Steph Curry's out, obviously. Warriors have a very, very small lineup. Timberwolves honestly don't have like that amazing rebound presence, but overall, the Warriors, you know, if you look at their lineup here, they're pretty much playing Draymond Green, Jonathan Kuminga, or Trace Jackson Davis as their center. Okay, so they have a very small team. They're playing Draymond, they're playing Kuminga, they're playing Trace Jackson Davis. All of those guys are under 6'9". So obviously 6'9" is tall for the normal life, but in basketball, 6'9" is not tall at all for like a center. You know, if you think about Rudy Gobert or something on the Timberwolves, I don't know what he is, like 7'2" or something like that. So these guys play a very small lineup. That's no surprise. Honestly, the Warriors have been playing a small lineup all week, or honestly all year. And they have Jimmy Butler right now listed as a power forward, okay? Not only that, but Jimmy Butler is in honestly what I think is a must-win game. If they lose this game, they go down 3-1. They're also at home, so you kind of got to win this home game to bring it back to 2-2. Jimmy Butler's probably going to play 40-plus minutes tonight. That's just a matter of fact. You guys can see he's playing 43 minutes here, 41 minutes here. He honestly might even play more than that. He might play 45 minutes tonight. Honestly, you guys, like he needs to play a lot of this game, and I just think he gets a lot of rebounding chances. As you guys see, he gets a lot of rebounding chances. Even in this game, he only had 10 rebounding chances on 33 minutes, and he still hits his line at 7. Okay, so really solid entry here. He actually had a pretty bad first half last game, and he still ends up hitting this entry and getting a lot of rebounds in that second half. Okay, so Jimmy Butler, it's easy as it is. A lot of people, you know, are probably taking this tonight because he's greened out on 5 of the last 5 games. Again, it's one of those things. Don't overcomplicate it. Warriors, very small lineup. Jimmy Butler's playing the power forward position. He's there. He's able to rebound, and they honestly just need people to crash the glass on the Warriors right now. Like that probably is going to be Jimmy Butler's main role tonight, is rebounding and scoring. So go ahead and lock this in, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. If you guys, again, can text me the word Bovada if you guys want to get signed up for Bovada. Also Profit if you guys want to get signed up for ProfitX. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.